We feel it, don't we? That subtle pull in the cosmic currents, the whisper of alignments that stir something deep within us, yet remain just beyond our grasp. These aren't mere astronomical curiosities. They are ancient, forgotten rituals, stellar patterns woven by primordial forces to anchor our world, to define our existence within limits we've never understood. This transmission finally unveils these cosmic chains, the unseen architecture that binds your very vibration, trapping you in a cycle that feels inevitable. But knowledge, true knowledge, is the first spark of freedom. Recognizing these celestial shackles is the genesis of breaking free from the endless churn of reincarnation and the crushing weight of karmic debt. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. The star systems above aren't just distant fires, they are vast gears in a celestial clockwork, meticulously designed to measure and contain. Think of the patterns, the cycles that repeat with unnerving precision. These aren't random celestial dances. They are programmed repetitions, embedded with a purpose far greater than solar eclipses or planetary transits. This intricate cosmic machinery was set in motion by ancient entities, beings who understood the fundamental architecture of reality itself. They didn't merely observe the cosmos, they engineered it, using stellar configurations as the very tools to impose a finite existence upon our nascent world. It's a profound manipulation, a cosmic decree that began long before recorded history, and its echoes still resonate through our lives. And while we've touched upon the grand design of this celestial clockwork, we've only scratched the surface of its primary architect. The true nature of this intricate system of control is intrinsically linked to a particular celestial body, one that exerts a gravitational and symbolic pull far beyond its physical presence. Its influence is subtle yet persistent, a looming presence in the night sky that has long been associated with restriction and the passage of time. Understanding its role is not just about astronomy, it's about recognizing a fundamental aspect of our captivity. This leads us directly to an exploration of Saturn's pervasive shadow and its connection to an ancient measure of time that further entrenches our perceived reality, a concept known as the Great Year. Saturn, that cold, distant sentinel, casts a long shadow across our understanding of existence. Its presence in the sky, its retrograde motions, its symbolic association with limitation and inevitability are not accidental. They are deliberate markers, etched into the fabric of our reality by forces that sought to define our temporal and spiritual boundaries. The concept of the Great Year, a colossal cycle of celestial reorientation, amplifies this Saturnian influence, suggesting a grand, repeating pattern of manifestation and dissolution, all orchestrated from the depths of its domain. This cyclical nature, powered by Saturn, forms a core part of what binds our consciousness. This Saturnian cycle isn't merely astronomical, it's deeply geometric, a fractal pattern of control. At the heart of this cosmic arrangement lies a specific geometric form, a structure that mirrors the very principles of entrapment. It's a matrix, built not of stone or steel, but of pure energetic signature. This hexagonal binding matrix, often appearing in natural phenomena and ancient designs, is more than just an aesthetic. It's a vibrational lock, a cosmic key designed to hold your consciousness within predetermined parameters. It's a pattern that repeats, a signature of the forces that shaped our reality, and understanding its role is crucial to unraveling the larger illusion. This hexagonal pattern, this blueprint for energetic containment, is intrinsically linked to the absence of everything, to the primordial void. It's not just a shape, it's a symbol of absolute zero, a state that was deliberately weaponized. The black cube of void, a paradoxical concept, represents the ultimate receptacle, the dark heart from which this architecture of limitation emanates. It is the foundation upon which the cosmic clockwork of captivity was built, a place of non-existence that was paradoxically infused with the power to define, to restrict, and to bind. Its unsettling emptiness is the very space that life was forced to occupy, becoming the canvas for these ancient machinations. The black cube's influence doesn't end with its symbolic representation of absence. It actively anchors our very essence. Celestial alignments, those precise moments when planets and stars converge in specific configurations, are not mere cosmic events. They are powerful signposts, carefully curated to act as soul anchors, tethering our spirit to this plane of restricted existence. Think of them as spiritual grappling hooks, thrown by unseen hands to keep us from transcending the limitations imposed by the void. These alignments are the true orchestrators of our earthly journey, dictating the ebb and flow of our karmic experience. These celestial anchors, designed to keep us bound, are also reinforced through a subtle yet insidious distortion of language and meaning. The very names we use, the sacred appellations that once held potent spiritual energy, have been systematically inverted, their true power siphoned away. This process, the inversion of sacred names, is a profound act of energetic sabotage. It turns divine vibrations into frequencies of control, misdirecting our innate spiritual power and preventing us from recognizing the authentic forces that govern our reality. It's a linguistic trick, a spiritual sleight of hand that has profound consequences for our awareness. The true purpose behind this linguistic corruption and celestial anchoring becomes clearer when we understand the nature of the texts that document these processes. Grimoires, those ancient tomes often whispered about in hushed tones, are not simply collections of spells or obscure knowledge. They are far more sinister. They are, in essence, prison blueprints. These books meticulously detail the mechanisms of cosmic control, the exact architecture of the spiritual and energetic cages that have been constructed around humanity. They expose the systems of containment, revealing the very plans that were laid out to ensure our perpetual captivity within a finite existence. Within these grimoire blueprints, a disturbing pattern emerges, a methodical approach to shaping our very being. The hermetic art of soul harvesting isn't just a metaphor, it's a literal depiction of how our vital spiritual essence is systematically extracted and repurposed. These ancient texts reveal the techniques used to siphon our energy, not for nefarious entertainment, but for the sustained operation of the very systems that keep us bound. It's a process of energetic extraction, a cosmic harvest that fuels the machine of perpetual reincarnation and karmic debt, leaving us depleted and unaware. The primary tool used to perpetuate this soul harvesting and ensure our continued return is a carefully constructed illusion of the afterlife and the journey of the soul. The serpent's lie of reincarnation is the most pervasive and insidious deception of all. It presents a cycle of rebirth as a natural evolution, a karmic balancing act, when in truth, it is a sophisticated trap. This lie offers the promise of learning and growth, but behind the comforting facade lies a mechanism designed to keep us perpetually bound to this plane, endlessly cycling through experiences without ever truly breaking free from the original programming. This cyclical imprisonment, disguised as spiritual growth, is deeply rooted in ancient traditions that have been deliberately twisted and misrepresented. The pagan roots of demonological deception reveal how once revered deities and spiritual practices were systematically corrupted and rebranded. What were once symbols of natural forces and divine feminine power were recast as malevolent entities. This deliberate inversion served to instill fear and redirect humanity's innate spiritual yearnings away from truth and towards a manufactured hierarchy designed to control and confuse our understanding of the divine. This manufactured hierarchy, born from the inversion of sacred traditions, operates with a chillingly mundane efficiency. The infernal hierarchy, far from being the chaotic realm of pure evil, functions more like a cosmic bureaucracy. These entities, mislabeled and recontextualized, are not driven by raw malice, but by adherence to a meticulously crafted system of spiritual management. Their roles are defined, their functions precise, all aimed at maintaining the order of souls within the designated cycles and ensuring the continued operation of the soul-harvesting machinery. It's a system of control masked by the guise of spiritual warfare. The very frequencies that surround us, the ambient sounds and vibrations that make up our sensory experience, are not benign. They're a key component of this bureaucratic control system. Sound frequencies and consciousness binding work in tandem, creating a pervasive energetic field that shapes our perception and influences our thought patterns. These carefully calibrated vibrations are designed to harmonize with and subtly reinforce the existing limitations of our reality, making it increasingly difficult to break free from the established loops of thought and behavior that keep us tethered to the cycles of karmic debt. The control extends beyond the subtle influence of sound and celestial alignments. It is also physically embodied in the very vestments worn by those who serve this system. Ritual robes are not merely symbolic attire, they are expertly designed energy conduits. These garments are woven with specific materials and imbued with symbolic patterns that amplify and channel particular frequencies, allowing the wearer to interact with and manipulate the energetic fields that govern our spiritual existence. They are tools that facilitate the harvesting and redirection of our vital essence. Complementing the robes are the tools wielded in these ancient practices. Magical tools, far from being mere accoutrements for ritual, are sophisticated implements of control. Each object, from the wand to the chalice, is imbued with specific energetic signatures and programmed to interact with the subtle bodies of individuals. They are designed to disrupt natural energetic flow, to redirect spiritual energy, and to reinforce the programmed limitations of consciousness, all serving the grander purpose of soul harvesting and perpetuating the cycle of reincarnation. Understanding these intricate mechanisms of control requires us to examine the minds that are most susceptible to them. The psychology of spiritual infiltration reveals how vulnerabilities in our belief systems, our innate desires for meaning and belonging, are expertly exploited. Forces that operate outside our normal perception understand the human psyche intimately, using carefully constructed narratives and emotional appeals to subtly guide us into accepting and reinforcing the very systems that bind us. They prey on our hopes, our fears, and our deepest spiritual longings. This infiltration reaches its apex in the manipulation of fundamental life forces, most notably the breath of consciousness itself. Pazuzu, often depicted as a fearsome wind demon, embodies this principle. It represents the breath of cosmic control, the invisible force that subtly guides our perceptions and dictates the very rhythm of our being. This adversarial presence, this animating principle of limitation, ensures that even our most primal functions, the very act of breathing, are subtly aligned with the cycles of captivity, making true liberation an uphill battle. We've now glimpsed the intricate cosmic machinery designed to hold us captive, the Saturnian influence that underpins our temporal existence, and the geometric patterns that serve as energetic locks. We've seen how celestial events are used as soul anchors and how even sacred language has been inverted to disorient us. The grimoires serve as blueprints for this spiritual prison, detailing the art of soul harvesting and perpetuating the deception of reincarnation. We've uncovered the twisted pagan roots of demonological deception and the bureaucratic nature of the infernal hierarchy. The pervasive use of sound frequencies for consciousness binding and the energetic function of ritual robes and magical tools have been revealed. Finally, we've touched upon the psychological methods of spiritual infiltration and the insidious breath of cosmic control embodied by Pazuzu. This journey has exposed the architecture of our confinement, but how do we begin to dismantle it? In the next section, we will begin to explore the initial steps toward reclaiming our sovereignty by understanding the power of focused intent and breaking specific energetic curses. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.